And we begin with an update out of Newberry County and more on the teen who was arrested after deputies say he took a gun to school. On Tuesday, 18-year-old Anthony Blakely was charged with disorderly conduct and carrying a weapon on school property. He has since bonded out of jail.
Sheriff Lee Foster says Blakely only attended Newberry High this year after transferring from a Lexington County school. And at this time, investigators say they still don't know why Blakely had the gun or what he did with it after leaving the school.
Foster says Blakely told investigators he dumped the gun in a river.
Now, this all started just before 11 Tuesday morning when law enforcement was called to Newberry High. The initial call came from the school's active shooter alert system. Video shows a student immediately running from the classroom across the street to the Burger King. We're told his car was in the restaurant parking lot. The high school was placed on lockdown and other schools in the county were alerted simply as a precaution. And just after 1 o'clock, Blakely was arrested off of I-26, not far from the Chapin exit, more than 18 miles away.
The Newberry sheriff says training from this past summer helped keep this situation from spiraling out of control.
Our Jacob Reynolds talked to the sheriff today about teachers who kept calm in the middle of a potential crisis.
Sheriff Lee Foster made sure to commend a history teacher who reacted quickly when a gun fell out of his student's backpack.
He just is a guy that knew what to do. His first goal was to protect his students, and he started moving them away from the individual with the gun and the magazine, and then even further away once the gun itself came out.
Foster thanked the teacher for his bravery and professionalism, but said they aren't naming him at this time. The sheriff says other teachers kept calm as well, including a weightlifting teacher.
He just basically got everybody on the floor in like a giant group hug, and he reassured them all that he was going to protect them and that if anybody came in the room, they would have to go through him first.
The investigation is continuing, and Foster says they'll review their response and the schools in future weeks. But a new alert app the sheriff's office implemented and trained on this summer cut response time by minutes, which Chief Deputy Todd Johnson said would have saved lives if the gun had been used.
That information hits EMS, law enforcement, fire, rescue. And so within a minute of hitting the app, we had our first officer on scene. Within 2 minutes, they were as a team together making entry into that building. Active shooter training says for every 30 seconds a shooter has an access to a victim, someone dies.
The sheriff says this is an example of how everything should work when it comes to the need for a quick response by all. In Newberry, Jacob Reynolds, News 19 WLTX.
Well, you heard Jacob mention this. It is the Rave Panic button. The app allows any teacher or administrator across the district to immediately and easily call 911. Along with the 911, the app automatically notifies first responders across the county, along with the entire school staff and the Newberry County Hospital.